Hi and welcome to the fourth part of this tutorial series. Last part we made a game window class, so class where we shall put all of our future game logic and drawing logic. In this game window class we have a render method, and the render method gets called by the while loop located in the main function. So it gets called as often as possible. Now, when we draw something with OpenGL, we are storing that information into a buffer, and the buffer is basically a location in memory located in the graphics RAM. So there are two main buffers. There is the there is the backframe buffer, which shall draw in red, and there is the front frame buffer, which shall be blue. The front frame buffer is the one being displayed at the moment, and the back frame buffer is the one we are drawing into. So, say we draw something into the back frame buffer, we have to basically swap those two, so the back frame buffer becomes the new front frame buffer, and the front frame buffer becomes the new back frame buffer. So that way, the old backframe buffer is being displayed on the screen, and the front frame buffer is well, we still have to call GL clear to essentially reset every color blur to the color specified in the GL clear color function. We don't specify that function just yet, but it defaults to black, so that's why we are getting this black screen now. And this process keeps repeating, so we draw something into the backframe buffer, then we swap the front frame buffer and the backframe buffer, so what we just drawn gets displayed, and then we clear the old front frame buffer. So at the moment, when we clear, we reset every color blur in that buffer to black. So we call the function GL clear color, and this function has 4 arguments. The first one is for the red color intensity, and the second one is for the green, and third for the blue, and the last one for the alpha. And alpha is just basically transparency, but we'll always have it at 1, so full intensity. Now, normally these values run from 0 to 55, but in OpenGL they run from 0 to 1. And because we want a white background in our game, we'll set it, so we'll set everything to 1, so full intensity. And voila. And when we run this now, we'll get a nice white screen. Just to show you, if we set the green intensity to 0, we'll get I think a purple, yes, purple. And if we set the red also to 0, so now the only one with full intensity is blue, we'll get the blue screen, yeah. Okay. So for our game we want the white background, so we'll set everything to 1. And that's basically it. So again, we draw something into the backframe buffer, we swap the front frame buffer and the backframe buffer, so the backframe buffer gets displayed on the screen, and then we clear the old front frame buffer and reset every color to the color specified in this function. If you want to use values ranging from 0 to 255, you can also do something like this. So I'll comment this out. You can also just do GL clear color, and then you write your value that you want. So say I want 57, and then I just divide that value by 255, and that way I can use values ranging from 0 to 55, so 75 by 255, and 30 divided by 255, and the alpha is always 1. So if I run this now, oh yeah, and make sure they're all floating point numbers. That's very important. Okay, and now we get this green brownish color. Okay, but for our game, white will suffice. Okay, so next video we shall draw a rectangle to the screen. So see you then. Bye.